Alright, welcome back. This is section 2.2. This is two-step equations. I'm going to do some examples. It's pretty much an extension of what we did yesterday, only instead of just looking to undo one operation, we're looking to find the inverse of two operations. Okay? Let's look at example 9 here. Example 9, what I mean by two operations is we have both multiplication going on with our variable x and addition with our variable x. Alright? Now, I was taught a long time ago, a really long time ago, by Miss Kipper in the 7th grade at Indian Woods in Overland Park, Kansas. Give her all the credit due, about this little thing called friends and lovers. And basically how it works is x is you. You are x. And if you go to the movie theaters, you are going with either friends or lovers. Okay? If you go with friends, most people of my ilk would have a seat between them and their friends. Okay? So you have this plus 5 because there's space between you and a friend. However, if you go with a lover, you know you want your lover close to you. So them, you're going to sit right next to you. Okay? So here's your lover, here's your friend, and here's you. Alright, now, let's say it's a really good movie, and both these people are kind of annoying you. They're talking to each other. So you got to figure out a nice and easy way to get rid of one of them. Well, you can't get rid of your lover. Your lover is, more important to you than your friend, hopefully. So you tell your friend, hey, I know we go way back, but I got to focus on this movie. Can you, scoot down a row or move to somewhere else? And they're like, no problem. I got your back, bro. And so your friend goes away. Our friend here is positive 5. So to get rid of our friend, the inverse of addition is subtraction. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. We end up with 20 minus 5, which is 15. And these cancel. Your lover and you come on down. And now it's just you and your lover. Well, you're still sitting there trying to focus on this movie, and your lover is just wanting too much attention. So you're like, listen, it's over. This is the new Jean-Claude Van Damme film, and I want to watch it. So you tell your lover to go away, which means you have to do the inverse of the operation there, and we've talked about this is multiplication. Okay, there's multiplication. So the inverse of multiplication is division. So on both sides, we're going to divide by 3. Once again, 3 over 3 is 1, so they cancel. They go away. I'm left with just x, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. All right? So x equals 5. All right? Now, friends and lovers helped me a lot. If it does not help you, I understand. But if it, and I'm not going to do it again. But if it did help you at all with this process, please feel free to rewatch this part of it. And like I said, I remember when Miss Kipper taught it to me, it was like an eye-opening experience. It was an epiphany. Okay? So let's look at example 10, and we'll forget about friends and lovers for now. Again, which one is the closest to x? Okay? If we look in reverse order of operations, we have to start with subtraction and addition. Those are the first. Is there any subtraction or addition around the x? Here's subtraction. Okay, so we have to get rid of it with addition. We do this to both sides. The 2's cancel. 8 plus 2 is 10. And we end up with x over 4 dropping down. After we get rid of all the subtraction and addition, and there's no more subtraction and addition to be found here, we look at multiplication and division. Now remember, we always move left to right, so either one of them could be first. We don't know. There is division here. We're dividing by 4, so we got to get rid of this 4. What's the inverse of the 4? Or dividing by 4, excuse me. It's multiplying by 4. So multiply by 4 on both sides. These cancel, and you end up with x equals 40. And that's our answer. Once again, do I expect you to show yourself checking? No, but I do expect you to check. So you should be able to take 5, plug it in. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. I'm good. 40 divided by 4 is 10. 10 minus, I know you can't see it, but that's a 2, is 8. There you go. Is 2. So that's 8, and we're good. Alright. Last thing we look for is exponents and parentheses, but you won't run into that. Take a minute, pause the video, and try these last two. And then hit resume, and I will do them with you. Okay, let's try example 11. Example 11, there's a negative out in front of here, and I hope everybody that's watching this knows this is -1. Okay? We don't write the 1 in there just like we don't write the 1 in front of this x, but it's there. Alright? First thing we have to do is subtract off 6, because we're always looking for subtraction or addition first, trying to get rid of any friends. 9 minus 6 is 3. 6 minus 6 is 0, or they cancel, and we're left with just -1x. You don't have to put the 1 in there, but I am going to probably just this once do it. Now our next step, we have to get rid of anything that is multiplying or dividing. What is multiplying or dividing? -1 is multiplying by x, so let's divide by -1. Divide by -1. These cancel. You end up with x equals -3. 3 divided by -1 is -3. This is our answer. Once again, check it. -1 times -3 is 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. Okay? Last one, example 12. Now we have a problem. This is the first time, and we've talked about this, I believe it was on the review. It was on one of the reviews, where x plus 5, the quantity of x plus 5, is being divided by 3. Okay? This is one scenario where you got to see the top x plus 5 as parentheses. Since this line is dividing the whole thing, you cannot just get rid of the 5. It wants the quantity. So the first thing we have to get rid of is the 3. And what is the relationship, or what is the operation between the x and the 3? It's division. So we multiply by 3 on both sides. The 3's cancel. We get x plus 5 equals 30. Now move the 5 to the other side. -5 minus 5. X equals 25. Let's try it out to see if we're right. If I take 25, plug it back in for x, 25 plus 5 is 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10. We're right. That is our final answer. Okay? Last thing. Word problems. Love them. Take a second, try these out, and then push play, and I'll go through them with you. Okay, we're back. A train is 100 miles away from the station. It is approaching the station at 40 miles per hour. How long will it take for the train to arrive at the station? So, x, or our variable, is time, because we want to know how long it will take. So that's what we want to know. So this is what we're asking. How long? Time, in some manner of time, probably hours. The train is 100 miles away. Okay? It's 100 miles away, and it's approaching the station at 40 miles per hour. So if it goes 40 miles per hour, where x is time, the speed times the rate, the rate times time gives us the distance. Okay? And this is an interesting problem that we'll talk a lot about, but that's what you need to know. The speed of the train times the time gives us the distance. First thing we have to do, divide by 40. Divide by 40. 100 divided by 40 Don't use a calculator. You can just write it out long division. 40 goes into 10. Nope. 40 goes into 100 twice. That's 80. We get 20 left over. 20 doesn't work, so we bring down a 0 after a decimal point. 40 goes into 200 5 times. There's a decimal point, so we'll put a decimal place in there. X equals 2.5 hours. In the interest of keeping this thing a little bit shorter, I'm going to skip 14, but feel free to do it. We'll do it tomorrow in class. Good luck.